Being sad is not something we really talk about, mainly because it's hard to talk about sad things. And yet, being sad is part of being human. I don't think there ever has been or ever will be someone who's lived and never experienced the emotion of sadness. Not even Jesus. The shortest verse in the English Bible is John 11 verse 35, and it says this: Jesus wept. It's utterly profound to think of the idea of Jesus, the Son of God who knows everything, to be crying, and yet there it says, Jesus wept. Once again, it shows to us that if Jesus felt the emotion of sadness, then it is perfectly natural and normal for us to feel the emotion of sadness from time to time. Often we're told, big boys don't cry, or
There, don't cry, it'll be alright.
but when we're sad, often we can't help it. Jesus couldn't help it. Sadness is a result of loss. We become sad when we lose something. It might be a favourite toy, or a friendship, or something even worse. The pandemic that we're facing has caused us to lose a lot of things. We've lost the freedom to see our friends, to go to the cinema, to go to the theme parks, or even school. We've lost the freedom to hug those that we love. It feels like we've lost a lot of time that we will never be able to get back. Some of us have lost people close to us, either because of the virus or because of other reasons. And that is incredibly sad. And although the world likes to tell us to get on with things and to be strong, please don't ever feel as though you can't be sad when things like that happen. If you're upset, it's normally for a reason. It is perfectly natural for you to feel that emotion when you have lost something dear to you. It's unhealthy to brush away that sadness and pretend it's never happened. It's okay to be sad. Let me say that again. It's okay to be sad. It's not what we want to be or what we desire to be, but the reality is we often don't have a choice. Things happen in our life that cause us to be sad. But it's not okay to stay sad. And that's easier said than done. It can take a long time for us to be at peace again. It really depends on what you've lost. There's no denying that this series has been heavily inspired by Disney Pixar's Inside Out, and there's one scene in that film that I absolutely love and find so helpful to capture what it means to be sad and how we can process our emotion of sadness. Now, because of YouTube's laws, and because I don't want to be sued by Disney, I cannot show that clip in this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and recreate it. For those who haven't seen the film, let me set the scene. Sadness and joy have got lost inside Riley's mind, and they're trying to get back to Emotion headquarters. Along the way, they meet Riley's imaginary friend, Bing Bong. He's like a cotton candy elephant thing, and he cries sweets, and he has a rocket that is powered by song. Now Riley's forgetting him as she grows older, and he's incredibly sad by it. And just as everything is being destroyed around him, his rocket is thrown into the memory dump, a place where everything is forgotten forever.
Riley can't be done with me.
Hey, it's okay. We can fix this. We just need to get back to headquarters. Which way to the train station?
I had a whole trip planned for us.
Hey, who's ticklish, huh? Here comes the tickle monster. Hey, Bing Bong, look at this. Oh, here's a fun game. You point to the train station and we all go there. Wouldn't that be fun? Come on, let's go to the train station.
I'm sorry they took your rocket. They took something that you loved. It's gone. Forever.
Sadness, don't make him feel worse.
Sorry. It's all I had left of Riley. I bet you and Riley had great adventures. Oh, they were wonderful. Once we flew back in time. We had breakfast twice that day.
Sadness.
It sounds amazing. I bet Riley liked it. Oh, she did. We were best friends. Yeah, it's sad. I'm okay now. Come on. The train station's this way.
How did you do that?
I don't know. He was sad, so I listened to what he had to say.
Let me tell you why I love this scene so much. Bing Bong is clearly upset, and Joy's solution is to try and cheer him up, to distract him. She plays games, she pulls silly faces, she tries to tickle him. And yet none of it works. Bing Bong is still sad. Often this is our strategy to help someone or ourselves from being sad, by trying to force happiness. But it's just a distraction, and it doesn't do anything to help them. But when sadness simply sits down next to Bing Bong and talks to him and helps him remember the memories of him and Riley, asking him questions and simply listening, that's when Bing Bong goes from being sad to being okay. He's not happy, but he's okay again. By listening and sharing memories, Bing Bong is able to process his emotions. Now, it doesn't change the reality of the situation. Bing Bong is still being forgotten by Riley, but what it does do is help him to accept it rather than ignore it. I love this film and fully recommend you go and watch it if you've never watched it before, and if you have, rewatch it again. The best way to not staying sad is to talk about it. It's not always easy and we can feel guilty for lowering the mood, but it's so important. Otherwise, our emotion bottles overflow and it's not healthy. Don't be ashamed of being open with your sadness. There's lots of people that you can talk to who are willing to listen to you. Your family, your friends, your teachers. There are even charities whose whole purpose is to listen to you and your problems. And they are a great resource to use when you don't know who else to turn to. I'm always here if you need someone to talk to, and more importantly, there's another person who you can always rely on to listen to you. Yeah, you guessed it. It's God. God is available 24/7. He is always willing to listen to whatever is weighing upon your heart. Pray to him. It's a conversation. It's nothing fancy. Don't bother about the formal language. Just pour out your heart, whatever it is that you have to say. Hand it over to God. Because God is the God of peace, and he can give you everlasting peace when we pray to him. It's okay to be sad. Embrace the sadness when it comes. But it's not okay to stay sad. It may take time. Things don't always resolve or heal overnight. Take the time to process it, but do talk it through. Remember the good times. Treasure those moments in your heart and pray to God, who is able to give you everlasting peace.